Sagittarius, this is your channel messages for the 20th of May. Sagittarius, the angel. Now, of course, your opposing energy is the devil, okay? But what happens when you use witchcraft or when you use so-called voodoo work for the use of good? Okay, that brings us to our lecture today, Sagittarius. Now, we are going back to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry for this segment. Okay, Sagittarius, now you are the angel. And of course, they may tell you that you only need to call on a demon. You have to call on Capricorn for witchcraft. But what about being touched by an angel? I will walk with you where the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every night, and I'll walk with you. What happens when an angel touch you and your life change? The angel have extraordinary abilities. The devil have abilities too, but usually you draw on the negative polarity of the devil. The angel, which is white light, okay, which is cloud energy. The angel can perform miracles too, okay? So whether you decide to be an angel or a demon, I believe that divination is something that we need to introduce to you, Sagittarius, even though you are the angel. Now, going back to the Hogwarts, again, going back to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, okay? Now, divination is taught in the third year. In your third year of going to this so-called wizardry and witchcraft school, you learn about divination. Now, divination was an elective subject available beginning in the student's third year, okay? So it also talks about students studied, right, the ways of scrying information about the future, including tea, dregs, crystal balls, visions, astrology, and horoscope charts. Other methods of divinating the future include smoke patterns, dreams, tarot cards, and the interpretation of prophecies. Though the latter is quite rare, guides and textbooks allow students of divination to discern or translate what observed symbol intend. I don't know what the fuck that is, okay? So basically in your third year, okay, going to this school, okay, usually you know about basic witchcraft or wizardry 101. Now, when you start to channel that energy, usually how you can so-called see the future, because performing witchcraft and performing spells is not the same as somebody who can divinate and see into the future, all right? When you know about coffee magic, people will use coffee cups. When you finish your coffee, then we're looking at your coffee to say what it's saying. You have tea leaf, you have tarot cards, you have crystal balls, you have scrying mirrors, you have smoke patterns, all right? So yes, so do not be alarmed if you see your neighbor or you see somebody reading tarot cards and you feel like they're not an Orthodox Christian. Perhaps they're in the school of wizard and witchery. Now, a lot of people who take up tarot cards, let's talk about cartomancy, which is what we're doing, okay? When you see people take up tarot cards, usually them will go in long periods of hiatus or them fall off. A lot of tarot readers never end up complete them ultimate potential because, of course, when you take up divination, you're fighting against soul eaters, right? Cartomancy is the practice of using playing cards for divination or fortune telling. It involves interpreting the meaning of cards to gain insight into the past, present, or future. While tarot cards are also used for divination, cartomancy typically uses a 52 deck. Tarot cards is 78, okay, to basically predict the future. So if you're a really good poker player, can't read mine, no, you can read my poker face. She ain't just love nobody. If you're a really good poker player, chances are you can do very good at divination, especially cartomancy, okay? So I'm just getting, if you find yourself being drawn to these magical effects, then usually you're in your third year of learning about the occult, okay? Sagittarius, this could be you're learning about your healing properties. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities. Maybe you notice something. I don't know. Maybe getting your third year, you're starting to realize that you have magic, and you're starting to channel the magic into other. I don't know. You're finding a way to channel it, basically. Okay, let's go ahead and go into your reading. Sagittarius, the angel. We have the star card coming out first. Okay, Sagittarius, you are the star. Okay, or maybe the star can also represent extraordinary abilities. So I'm getting, you realize that you have power within you, not outside you. Okay, the power is within you. You have to believe in your own magic before anybody else can believe in it. All right, the star card is also rejuvenation. I'm seeing, I don't know if you're taking a long bath, if you're at a lake, if you're at a beach, but I'm seeing you cleanse yourself. You can use salt and water mixture to cleanse yourself. Get a tub or a bucket of water, put salt in it, and bathe with the salt and water. All right? I'm getting you cleansing your energy. Maybe you feel, I'm getting you feel like a cloud is, I'm getting, even though you're the star or you're realizing you had extraordinary abilities, you might be very sympathetic or empathetic, extremely. Like you're the type of person to apologize when something goes wrong for somebody else, even though it's not your fault. Me getting you develop clear abilities, or me getting something about your power. It's coming into play. We have the King of Cups, all right? So me don't know if all it, me getting you're the type of woman you always attract narcissistic men, or you always attract men who always suck out your energy because they know that you're magical. Me getting you always put people first. Yeah. You mean the same way Voldemort wanted to put Harry first? So yeah, you're going to suck out your energy. Other people are going to use your magic against you. Because me getting, when all is said and done, you have nothing left. Not even clothes. And they're like, it's okay, Sagittarius, you're magical. You can always rejuvenate the energy. King of Cups. We also have the Four of Cups. Me getting something about a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio man. I don't know if I'm getting him holding on you, or I'm holding on to your magic, or him believes you're magical, or I don't know if the man who you deal with is a magical person too, so him can identify you. I'm getting someone is deliberately leaving you without what you need because they know say you're magical. I don't know if this is something about a man competing with a woman. Me getting you take away all the resources. You take away her wand, you take away her teeth, you take away her clothes, you take away everything from her because you know you can't compete with her if she was on the same level as you. When we talk about competition, that's how we talk about it. Make everybody understand. Reset. Go into your blood clot simulation and reset the whole fucking system. Make everybody start off on an even playing field. I bet you who was at the top going to fall off. And I bet you who was not always overlooked end up get on. You can't say you're the best if you're not willing to compete with the best. That means you're a slave owner. You're getting somebody deliberately hinder you or them take away things from you because they know them couldn't compete with you had you been on the same playing field as them. So I'm getting, even though you are developing your wizardry or your witchcraftry, the playing field still, I'm getting, them can go to fit them places, go perform witchcraft and light candles in the comfort of their own place. But if you do it, you'll get, ostracized. We have the Emperor. Yeah, Emperor, reset the playing field. The game is rigged. And I mean, if everybody is being used as pawns to your entertainment anyways, what the difference is if the playing field is settled? Unless there are spectators who want to compete because they feel like, you know what, we don't want to sit down and watch these commoners play against each other. It's time for me to brush off what I got and kind of enter the game too. Why you don't reset the game? First of all, you have to put man against woman. You mean in witchcraft and wizardry? Because, yeah, we can face off that way. You can't face off with sports. You can't face off with witchcraft and wizardry. Who's the better one? Me getting you have a woman in the running, you have a man in the running. And me getting the game rigged for the man already. And we have the sun card. Yeah, it's a male-dominated thing. The problem is, I'm gonna rig this for boys. I'm gonna rig it for the boy them. Okay, but what happened to the girls? Wanna use the girls' magic. So I'm gonna sacrifice the girl them have to take off them clothes. The girl them have to get naked. Is the girls gonna use for sacrifice to put on all the boys. And then you go to this girl with her magical powers and you be like, oh, my dear witch, I just want to have a baby. You know what would make me really, really happy? Even though you're a witch and you could have grant me any fucking wish I wanted, a child would make me happy. And then you have the child, your abilities fade with the child, and then the man neglect you for the child. But him claim him a one wizard. Do you see how detrimental that could be to your fucking potency when it comes down to magic? You cannot have kids. Now, if you want to run away from it or you don't want this life anymore, have a kid. You're going because listen to me. You were born with extraordinary abilities. It's either a man going to control you, and then when you pass on a gift to your kids, they might control the kids, or you don't have kids. As long as you don't have kids, you're good. Because the emperor beside the child, somebody wants a kid from you. They're going to suck you dry. You're naked. You know, just like how the doctor see you in the room, naked. Me getting the empress like, oh, how happy would I be if I could have kids? Oh my God, that's so crazy. Because how happy I would be if I could get 500 million today. That's fucking crazy. Me getting no kids. If you want kids, you can go to a shelter and adopt one. Stop saying that! I'm not no adoption father, okay? Go get one somewhere else. As long as you don't have any, you're perfect, sweetie. You can still continue your studies in the arts, in the dark arts. The star card is clarified by so the fool card here. That's the only way you can get away from these men or these warlocks. You don't have a kid. That's your escape. Because me getting since you was a child, them a prey upon you. Now you grow up and have a child. Especially in 2025, where if you don't have a cell phone, people look upon you like you're crazy. When the cell phone and the phone number put it in a simulation, that's your escape. You will always be liberated and free if you don't have kids. The fool card, you see, you start over the terror. You went from the start to the fool. You start over. See, men's a child. The sun card, which potentially could be a boy. The King of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups. Yeah. And then the boy going grow up into a teenager, and then when your ability, you see, when your abilities fade, the man will convince the child that you were schizophrenic. Him will convince the child that, you know, my mother had mental health problems. No, your father knew. Your father knew she had extraordinary abilities, but him had to suppress her and make sure have a baby. And now the father come out just like the son. And then the father teaches son the secret about how to use the daughters, wives, or him sisters to this wizardry advantage. The Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Chariot. All right. The Emperor is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. We have 44 here. Yeah. Guidance and protection on each side. See, the men body don't go through sacrifice when they have a kid. Your body does. You have to understand that. You see that God for so God loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. So because you so love your man, you give up your body and you give up your witchcraft and your spiritual powers for your son, for this man. He was protected. He never had to carry a child. Why never protect you too? Because he wanted to disarm your abilities. You see how contradicting this can be? The Emperor is clarified by the King of, we have King of Cups too. See? It started off with the Star card and the King of Cups. Now, when it done, it became two King of Cups. It became two men. You see? When I use the women magic. And that's why a lot of these women went lesbian. Because they noticed that the men them use their magic. Worse, I use them blood. The Sun card is clarified by The Page of Wands. Another man. You see? You see? A man. Man. That's a man. The Emperor is a man. The Four of Pentacles is a man. The King of Cups is a man. King of Cups is a man. The Chariot is a man. The Page of Cups is a man. Even the Fool card represents a man. The only women here is a Star card, but she has a sacrifice. So all of these men who are birthed from women are telling you that your sacrifice in life is to be a host to other males that can grow up and join the industry. But are you them are used as a sacrifice? Sweetie, but I never sacrifice my body for a man. Never. Never. And I noticed that it's weird. Hold on there. I noticed a few days ago, I made a comment that London Bridge is going to fall the fuck down. And again, this was no threat to King Charles, especially on Victoria Day. You understand? But you don't see the fucking the Brooklyn Bridge nearly fucking made the people them fall down. I did not mean to channel the energy there. I was thinking of London. I don't know how Brooklyn Bridge came into this. You see the thing? 2 killed, others injured. Them says a Mexican Navy ship crashes into the Brooklyn Bridge. Mexican Navy ship was like, and to all you niggers out there, that's what you get for deporting them. I'm really sorry, Brooklyn. I meant to say it was supposed to be London's bridge. I'm not sure who's in America who's trying to destiny swap with me while the Brooklyn Bridge was calling to this. This does not look good for the committee. Let's get some of these cards. We have Shark. We have Secret Society. Yeah, them a claim say it full of man. Okay, but how the man them come? Through a woman. So yeah, use a woman them as breeding ground. I wanna target magical women to use them as breeding grounds. We have illness, and then you're gonna tell all of the man them, and you're gonna tell your son, say your mother or your sister have mental illness. When you know you sacrifice our body to carry on your blood clot legacy. Sweetie, I would never sacrifice myself for a man. We have Mercury, and we also have Aquarius. I'm going to leave it here, Sagittarius. Until next time, bye.